welcome out to Vermilion High School, home of the Sailors, where tonight a little post-Christmas edition of the Stillman Cup as the Sailors entertain the Falcons of Firelands. Again, the Stillman Cup on the line. Most of you, I would assume, know what that's all about by this point, but if you don't, the respective athletic directors at each school, Andy Stillman here at Vermilion, Ty Stillman over there at Firelands, they're brothers. And so anytime the Sailors and Falcons link up in any kind of athletic competition, that Stillman Cup is always on the line. You can see it over there on the far side of the screen. I think Dave Rydell maybe might give us a nice little zoom shot. There it is right there to the, well, our left of the scorer's table, the Stillman Cup right there. And somebody's leaving here tonight with it, and somebody's not. And, of course, both sides hoping that they'll be the ones carrying that trophy out of here. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm Rockanushi. He's Jared Kozar. Dave Rydell is on the camera here this evening. And, Jared, I think we're excited for this one. Obviously, the Stillman Cup plays a huge factor into kind of getting up for this contest. But this just kind of goes with, you know, high school athletic contests in 2025. Sometimes the attendance numbers, they can struggle here and there, but never here at Vermilion, and certainly never when the Stillman Cup is on the line. It's filled up in here pretty quick, I would say.
Big-time rivalry atmosphere here, and even more appropriate that it's over the holidays. I know, getting that parking lot was a little bit rough today. They were starting here at 4 o'clock this afternoon. They had festivities. It's Alumni Day. The Vermilion alums from the 60s all the way up through the graduating class of, 2020 was here on hand tonight in terms of anybody that was affiliated with basketball for the Vermilion Sailors under those programs. They're able to come back here and enjoy it tonight. It was a great atmosphere.
So I actually want to pose the same question I posed to you earlier off air, but now we'll do so on air because I think some of our listeners might be intrigued to hear your answer on this. They had alumni from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up through the 2020s. And I asked you, starting with the 90s, if you had the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s for Vermilion basketball, and each decade had to piece together their best five in their prime playing days, right? Who would be the best out of those four squads?
I think it's got to be the 2010s. Kurt had tremendous teams that made it to Bowling Green, that regional semifinal game, a regional final game where they lost in a heartbreaker in overtime against Norwalk, who went on to win a state title that year in Division II. But those are teams that featured Cam Kuhn, who's on this staff right now, Kyle Nader, who was an impressive player in his own right, Nate Farley could really drill things from downtown. The 2000s to 2010, like that we talked about Tim Clark, impressive athlete at Vermilion and did really well. Actually, his exploits were on the baseball diamond more than anything else. He was a great basketball player that happened to be a terrific baseball player. A D1 talent, went on to play at the next level. So, Tim Clark may have had something to say about an overall ability in terms of one player, but boy, Cam Kuhn, the guard play between Cam Kuhn and Kyle Nader was just impressive for Kurt Habermill during that era. And I think you're starting to see a little bit these younger guys that maybe grew up watching that team that are now contributors for Kurt are thinking to themselves, we know that the magic works here in Vermilion. It happens. On the other side, you got Colin Myers, who we just talked about him this morning on the wrap-up show, Rob and I. He doesn't look like he's too far away from playing. I think Kurt's nervous there might be some eligibility left. And he's coming up with a plan to have to stop Colin Myers because it was certainly difficult to do about 5 or 6 years ago when he patrolled the paint for the Firelands Falcons.
Well, you mentioned Cam Kuhn. I think here around Vermilion there might be a couple of WEOL Winter Forecast magazines with him gracing the cover, right?
Oh, for sure. I think that they had two guys. They had Farley, I think, won it 1 year, too, in that same decade. So just an impressive list. You're talking that was like, 2012 through 2014 era. They were really, really good. Special basketball teams.
That's how it can kind of go sometimes with high school athletics, right? Obviously, we know that there's no real recruiting or anything that goes into that. I'm sure some of our, private school counterparts may occasionally have something to say about that. But, you get good crops of athletes, then maybe you go through a lull, then you get another good crop of athletes. Sounds like kind of what you're describing there, that early to mid-2010s, just, straight up a really good crop of athletes here at Vermilion.
I think if you ask Kurt himself, he would say that 90s team, probably led by him, that they could still give those guys a run.
A little bias, yeah, I'm sure. All right, very good. So with that all being said, let's step aside, take a quick break, and when we return, we'll be back with more of the pregame show. We'll thank our sponsors as well. Haven't had a chance to do that yet. All that coming up here. It's the WEOL Cage matchup, Vermilion and Firelands. Right back here on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
And welcome back out to Vermilion. Rock Canucci, Jared Kozar, Dave Rydell all on site here with you at the home of the Sailors. The Stillman Cup on the line here this evening as Vermilion entertains Firelands, which should be a tremendous post-Christmas high school hoops matchup. Tonight's matchup here on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel is brought to you by Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. The Lorain Medina Rural Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy partner. And by our friends over at EcoTree Services, they are your complete tree care company. So looking at the two sides here, we'll start with Vermilion. They are led by head coach Kurt Habermill, who was also being honored here on Alumni Night for his participation on those 90s teams. His Sailors come into this one 5-3, 1-2 in SBC play. They're actually riding a two-game losing streak right now, coming off a loss earlier this week at home against Willard. 64-53 was the final there, and then back on the 19th, they went up to Port Clinton and fell 64-49. Prior to that, though, they were riding a four-game win streak, Jared. That included wins over Norwalk, Western Reserve, Edison, and Open Door. So all in all, a good season here for Kurt Habermill, but you know they're going to be looking to get that two-game losing streak taste out of their mouths here this evening. On the other side of the coin, you have Colin Myers and his Firelands Falcons. Tough start to the campaign for them. No way around that one, right? 2-5, 1-4 in Lorain County League play. They're coming off a big win over Norwalk, 57-26. Prior to that, though, Jared, a four-game losing streak they were on. A lot of that, though, having to do with just some illness and injury throughout the roster. Colin hasn't really had everybody available all year long.
Exactly, and he and I talked about that on the wrap-up this morning. I talked about it with his assistant coach, longtime assistant Ed Dolinar down there, and they're getting healthy maybe at the right time. Again, illness is still kind of ravaging Northeast Ohio right now. Just a couple guys not available for them due to being not 100% healthy, but they did get Jackson Lima back the other night. I think
Carson Lima.
I know it's Jackson Lima. Carson Lima came back and made an immediate impact in that Norwalk game. So that's going to be good things to come for them as the calendar turns over to 2026.
So Carson Lima in that Firelands starting five, along with Lucas Green, Carter Jones, Logan Holt, Aiden Fortner. The five for Vermilion: Noah Penton, Brock Myers, Adam Gerber, Mason Cooper, Drake Hooks. Jump ball is up and taken control by Vermilion as the Sailors will start this evening with the basketball moving left to right on your screen. Inside, a nice move there. Brock Myers just muscling his way into the defense, put it up and in for two, and the Sailors strike first. Vermilion gets back in a man-to-man defense. They're in their home white jerseys with purple trim and numbering all the way around. Firelands in those red uniforms with the white numbering, lettering, and trim. Fortner here on the move inside. He got bumped And that'll be Drake Hooks, who picks up a quick first foul for Vermilion. A little too much body there as Fortner looked to take it inside, so Firelands will take it out underneath their own basket. It'll be Carter Jones to trigger the inbound here. Jones surveying, now finally gets it in. That is Logan Holt with it here on the left wing, now inside to Fortner. He'll settle for a left elbow jumper. That one too strong off back iron. Rebound secured by Firelands, though. Right back to Fortner inside. Layup, no, but he's going to the line for two. And that's a great play by Carson Lyman to get the rebound and then finding a cutting Fortner who couldn't finish the layup, but again, he'll have a chance to earn two the hard way here at the stripe.
Yeah, two quick fouls picked up by Vermilion, and Fortner's going to be a tough defensive assignment for them. We talked about that with Kurt on the wrap-up this morning, did Rob and I, and Aiden Fortner can find ways to hurt you in a lot of different ways. At the foul line, he just knocks down a free throw, but just psychologically, that load in the paint that you're going to have to commit to something defensively on how to slow him down.
He certainly got a big frame on him, and he converts on both free throws there as we are tied at two. Fortner 6'3", 220, they have him in the program, so yeah, certainly a lot of size and a lot of Aiden Fortner that you're going to have to contend with if you're the Sailor defense here. As Firelands in a man-to-man look defensively as well. Gerber has it here on the right wing. Gerber has it poked away, but it will stay with the Sailors. Carter Jones got a hand on it. So we'll see how deep Firelands goes on their bench. Curious to see Vermilion as well. It's my first time seeing either of these squads in person. Did catch some of your guys' Firelands at Keystone Boys broadcast the other night, Jared. Certainly a game that got away from Firelands. Keystone, though, man, I tell you what, those Wildcats are good this season, and some good full-court pressure that Jeff Holzhauer's gang applied to Firelands.
Yeah, Firelands played well in that contest. Just Keystone is explosive, and they wear you down in terms of the longer that game goes, the worse off it is for the opponent.
And what do we got here? Whistle underneath, maybe an offensive 3 seconds, I believe, against the Sailors. No, they'll call an offensive foul call. And that's Drake Hooks, so he picks up 2 quick ones, and so immediately it'll be Luke Richardson, the sophomore, off the bench. And you're going to talk about a lot of size here, Jared. Luke Richardson, the sophomore, 6'7". They have him listed here in the program. So now Vermilion throwing some full court pressure here at Firelands, but Falcons able to break it relatively easily as Carson Lima brings it across the stripe into the corner. Now it's Lucas Green with it. Green inside to Fortner, has a man open at the free throw line. It was Jones, passed up a shot. They get a better one here though for Holt. That one off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound secured by the Sailors. Up ahead of the pack and missing that layup inside was Noah Pettin. It was contested well, and now Firelands looking to race the other way. Vermilion doing a good job getting back defensively. Fortner puts his shoulder down regardless. Missed the layup inside. Rebound fought for and secured by the Sailors. Outlet pass up ahead here to Pettin. It finds him. Pettin inside, and he's fouled hard. And he'll be going to the line for 2 as Carter Jones got him. And so Pettin a chance now to head to the free throw line.
Benton's been pretty convicted about wanting to get to the bucket, as you saw those past 2 possessions, but paid the price in a big way on that one. He went down hard, as you mentioned. 3 officials working tonight's contest are Ryan Bowers, Mike Reinhardt, and Kurt Lober.
Thank you, Jared, as Pettin misses that first free throw off the back iron. Good to see kids in today's game wanting to get downhill and get to the bucket. Everybody loves to shoot those threes anymore. Pettin, though, as you mentioned, Jared, on those last 2 possessions, not shy, and he'll split the pair here at the stripe. Sailors back in front of Firelands 3-2. Full court man-to-man look here again. Firelands, though, breaks it. Fortner, a nice pass up ahead to Lucas Green, who takes it himself inside, hanging and finishing for 2. Nice take there, and a better finish from Lucas Green right into the teeth of that Sailor defense, but knew he had a chance in transition and took care of it. So Pettin now the other way, and Carter Jones gets hit with a hand-checking call here, so 2 quick fouls on Jones in about a 30-second span. So quickly, Colin Myers will turn to his bench, and that will be number 5, Max Brown, the first substitute off the bench for Firelands here tonight. So Max Brown, the freshman, into the game for the first time, and they trap Vermilion on the inbound as Brock Myers had nowhere to go with it. He travels and turns it over. Ball goes right back to Firelands.
These officials, I think, are giving these guys a little bit of an indicator in terms of how they're going to call this game in the opening 2 minutes.
Well, and you know, with these rivalry games, things can get intensified very quickly, so I think that's good game management and good game control here by the officials to kind of squash that early. Holt triggers another 3 ball. That one no good. He missed it short. Rebound for Vermilion. Not sure that's the shot Colin Myers is going to love. Just a quick 3 ball in the possession, but We'll certainly be looking for points as the night goes on. Gerber with it here on the far side wing. He dumps it inside to Richardson. Richardson back out front now to Mason Cooper. He's spinning inside, pivoting around. He missed it short, no good. A rebound, Carson Lima. Lima with some numbers in transition. They got a 4-on-3. They find Holt, who passes this one up inside to Lima. A lot of contact. He can't finish. A rebound, loose ball, fought for, and out of bounds. It'll stay with Firelands. So just as we talk about how they're going to kind of keep things tight, immediately we get a lot of contact with no call. I think Kurt Habermill is asking for timeout just to kind of steady everybody here. So that is a, 30-second timeout, I think.
30, and as you mentioned, it's a stabilizer more than anything else, just to say, how we let that one slip away from us underneath the bucket there. We should have been able to secure that rebound. He's pretty frustrated. Again, this kind of intensity at an alumni night, Kurt Habermill was looking for a quick start.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mentioned in the pregame, Jared, I'm curious how deep each team goes. I have a feeling we may be seeing more bench depth than I may have initially thought. If we're going to have full court pressure, I mean, Vermilion, they're into it often and early now. We'll see if they stick in it, but that's certainly tough for guys to try to keep up throughout the course of a full-length high school basketball varsity contest. But I guess that's why you do all that conditioning over the summer, isn't it?
Well, you'd think, but it's also the holidays. And let's face it, routines are different. I know they're doing practice, they're doing things that are team building related to that, but your schedule's different. There's no other way around it.
Absolutely.
Maybe you're let's not kid ourselves. The diet's different over the past couple of days.
A little bit. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged, certainly, as Fortner misses that one. Vermilion gets the rebound and nearly throws it away. Noah Penton skipping one over to Mason Cooper. Cooper able to corral it before it goes out of bounds. Now he'll look to get downhill. Cooper inside to Richardson. He'll just float it over top the defense. He missed it. No good. A rebound goes to Max Brown. So Brown getting away from some pressure into the hands now of Lima. Lima inside, out to Holt, fake that three ball. Tries for the elbow jumper, instead pulls it down, now wheels it out to Lucas Green. Green with it back to Fortner, then he'll get it right back. 4-3 our score. Firelands leading Vermilion about halfway through this first quarter here in this battle of the Stillman Cup. Brown with it. Over on that far side, kind of forces an elbow jumper up. That one's no good. Rebound to Logan Holt. He flips it up and in. And a nice stick back there by Firelands senior Logan Holt. His first points of the game. And Firelands out in front now, 6-3. So Vermilion looking to get into some sort of rhythm here offensively. Certainly been a slow start for them on this side of the floor. Just the one field goal for them so far, along with the free throw. As Penton finds Richardson inside, and that's too easy. Nice play there. Noah Penton finding Luke Richardson, and how could you miss him at 6'7"? Richardson puts it in for two. 6-5, Firelands lead, cut to one. Brown traps himself nearly there on that far sideline. Now gets out of it to Lucas Green. Green, a little 10-foot floater. That one's no good off back iron. Rebound, Max Brown. No, that was Lima, rather, out to Holt, who airballed it. Fortner had a chance for the stick back. That one's no good. Richardson the rebound, and now we got a foul against Firelands on that rebound. And I think that's going to be Carson Lima, and it is.
Richardson was looking to clear out space there, and I thought they might have gotten him in that exchange.
I thought so too.
Sometimes it's tough when you're the biggest guy out there.
Yeah,
He'll grab a seat, and I think that he played quality minutes the other night against Open Door in their victory. We had that ball game. But, that's our first look at the young man in that situation. But playing minutes he's forced into tonight.
Luke Habermill for Vermilion into the game for the first time. He'll call his own number immediately off the bench. That one no good. Rebound kicked out to the shooter for three, and yes, sir. That is Mason Cooper striping that three ball. Credit Jeremiah Lopez, the newly entered sophomore, with the assist. And Mason Cooper, first trifecta of the night for Vermilion. Sailors now lead at 8-6. Carson Lima now to Max Brown. Brown with it at the top, met by Habermill, and out into the hands of Lucas Green. Habermill switches onto him. Lucas Green tries a long step back three ball, and he canned it. Woo, Lucas Green, he's got 5 early in this first quarter, and Lucas Green having himself a first quarter. Falcons back out in front, 9-8. Inside the other way and heading to the line for two will be Nate Pinkerton, as he was hammered inside by Max Brown. So Pinkerton heading to the line for two. Chance to put his Sailors back out in front. Hectic up and down action we got here, Jared. I don't think either team is real content with getting too deep into their half-court sets. They're looking for shots early and often.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is what you got to love about this matchup, this rivalry game. We talk about a half a quarter of not a whole lot of offense, and then just like that, both teams exchange threes. So, there's going to be a lot of ebb and flow to this game.
What do they say? Sometimes you just got to see one go through. Maybe that was the case. As a couple of subs here for Firelands. Brett Beery into the game. along with Mikey Janisic.
They also say styles make for a good fight, and make no mistake about it, this could turn into a fight at some point.
There you go. Pinkerton, one more coming, and that one rattles around the rim and out, no good. A rebound to Fortner for Firelands. Gets trapped, though, and now he gets fouled by Vermilion. And let's see, there were two Sailors in the area. Is it going to be Hooks, or is it going to be Jeremiah Lopez? And it is the latter, Jeremiah Lopez. So their fourth team foul. Firelands will have to trigger the inbound once again. We're squared at 9, 2.5 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. Lucas Green weaving through traffic, hits Bury on the baseline with a nice finish. Brett Bury, how about that? Into the game and immediately gets a field goal to go his way. Firelands back out in front by 2. Another 3-ball cashed by Mason Cooper. And that's 2 for him now here in this first quarter. Mason Cooper up to 6 points. And the Sailors back out in front now, 12-11, 2:10 left to play here in this first frame. Lucas Green hands it off to Mikey Janisic. He'll swing it over to Fortner on that far side. Bury looking for it at the top of the key, and he's got it all the way out at the volleyball line, though. Lima works off a Bury screen, and it's going to be an offensive foul against Bury. And I'll tell you what, Jared, I think that's actually Carson Lima's fault that Bury picked that up. He never let him get set before using that screen.
I have to agree with you on that one, and it goes the other way. A player control foul to make the 5th team foul, but that will not result in shooting opportunity for the Vermilion Sailors. They will get the ball back with some momentum, though.
Yep, they lead 12-11. $1:55 left to play here in this first quarter. And what has been an entertaining first quarter here at Firelands. We wouldn't, Vermilion rather, wouldn't expect it any other way. And Lucas Green, right on cue, as we were talking about fouling, will send the Sailors to the line. That will be Nate Pinkerton heading back to the charity stripe for a pair. Green picks up foul number 1. But again, they're over that 5-team foul limit.
This is going to give Kurt a chance, Kurt Habermill, as we reference that, to pull some levers in terms of personnel moves while they have somebody at the line.
Yep.
And it's really something that he's always done well with over the years, is to be able to make those decisions within the game as they unfold like that.
Yep, make it quick defensive subs, since you know you're going to be facing at least one defensive possession after the substitution is made. You can certainly coach over there, no question about that, but I know you know that. Pinkerton's second free throw, no good. He splits the pair again. A rebound to Bury for Firelands. Here comes Lucas Green racing across the half-court stripe. Thought about forcing a pass inside, but wisely wheels it back out top instead. 13-11, Vermilion leads Firelands with $1:40 left to play here in this first quarter. Green in trouble. He picked up his dribble, now swings it over left side to Mikey Janisic. Inside to Fortner. He'll try a free throw line jumper. That one rattles around and in. So Aiden Fortner with 4 points here in this first quarter. We're deadlocked once again at 13. Habermill to a cutting Lopez inside. He spun out of danger to Richardson. Back to Habermill, the lefty for 3. No, off back iron. Rebound Lucas Green. So Mason Cooper with a pair of threes for Vermilion. Nothing doing beyond the arc outside of that. Green, little step back mid-range jumper, and he's got it. I'll tell you what, Jared, that's a lost art right there. Guys getting to their spot in the mid-range and knocking one down. Kobe Bryant used to do that quite a bit, obviously the highest level in the NBA, but Lucas Green, a nice move right there.
Confidently stepped right into that one.
Absolutely. Cooper spinning baseline, and what? He traveled as Firelands converged on him quickly defensively, and they'll force the turnover. Another sub here for Kurt Habermill's Sailors as Noah Penton checks back into the game. Mason Cooper will exit.
You won't see Cooper take a lot of reps in this one tonight, but that's a good look for Kurt to be able to do that. 1 minute left to play, underneath a minute now.
He's got 6 of their 13, so I imagine we'll see him back at some point if he can keep up that perimeter shooting. As Firelands breaks the full court pressure here, and Lima nearly threw it away. Lucas Green saving the possession as Lima went tumbling down to the deck. Here's Janisic in the corner. Janisic spinning through traffic. He lost it, and then he commits the foul, trying to get it back. I think it was Penton that he fouled. But either way, it'll be Janisic picking up the foul. No, rather, it's Lucas Green. I'm sorry, Lucas Green gets hit with the foul, and that's a big call because that'll be his second as opposed to what would have been Janisic's first. And so Green, as good as he's been here in this first quarter, tough way for him to pick up that second foul. He'll send Noah Penton at 5 points per game to the line for a pair.
I think it was difficult for either team to ascertain who had possession during that juncture.
Yeah. Little helter-skelter over there as Penton's first free throw is good. Penton up to 2 points now. A couple of subs here for Firelands as Liam Tobakash into the game for the very first time. Logan Holt also returns. As Lucas Green and who else will take a seat over there? Didn't see who else exited. Nonetheless, though, Pettin one more free throw. That one no good. So these Sailors rather, splitting pairs all over the place here at the line. We know how that early free throwing woes can harm you later on down the line, Jared. We'll keep an eye on that as the night rolls on. 15-14 our score, though. 25 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Tobacash fresh into the game, tries a baseline Jimmy, and he stuck it. Liam Tobacash, a confident stroke there on the baseline. Firelands up 3, down to 15 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. They'll go inside to Richardson, back out to Pinkerton, tries a 3, count it, and 1! That's Jeremiah Lopez, beg your pardon. Jeremiah Lopez sticking the 3 ball plus the foul as Liam Tobacash went crashing into him. And so Lopez, a chance for 4 here on this trip down. And a chance to give his Sailors the lead once again.
Tobacash, of course, the quarterback in the football season, and no way that he wasn't going to come in and make an impact offensively and then tumble into somebody on the defensive end. That's just maybe kind of where that acumen takes you.
It's one of the cardinal sins. You don't want to foul the three-point shooter. That's exactly what happened. And
why is he getting another one?
Are they saying there was a foul on the floor away from the shot? I'm not sure. Because they gave him the three-point bucket, and I guess it's a moot point. Lopez misses both shots, so there must have been another foul away from the ball. But, well, nonetheless. Fortner with 3, with 2, launches no good, a rebound to Holt. He can't get a shot off in time, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. So what was an offensive struggle eventually saw both offenses come to life, but tell you what stayed consistent, a little fast-paced action. Wouldn't have it any other way here in the Stillman Cup. We'll head to the second quarter. Vermilion and Firelands tied at 17 here on WEOL.com and also on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College, your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Back here at Vermilion, tied at 17 as we get set for second quarter action. Welcome back in. Rocco Nushi, Jared Kozar, Dave Rydell, all here with you. A late Merry Christmas and an early Happy New Year to you. We've appreciated your support all year long here on WEOL, especially with this new format. We got through football season A-OK with it, now battling through the basketball season as well. And I'll tell you what, the setup here at Vermilion, even before this new setup, Jared, but really with the camera now and everything, this is really, kind of high above the bleachers here, a conducive spot for us to entertain our viewers.
We knew we had a good spot, home base on the perch here, and a lot of other facilities that give us this vantage point. You're going to see that we give you some really good views. Of course, Dave Rydell, every year it seems we find out more that Dave can do. I had no idea he was this much of a master with the camera. And it's one of those things. All you have to do is ask Dave, and he'll tell you he's got a skill set that you can unlock. Sort of like leveling up.
His powers are limitless over here to my left.
I couldn't think of more. Really, it's just unbelievable. So I want to pass on quickly. We have a couple scores from earlier because obviously our game, and there was an afternoon full of different events. Avon on the boys' side got Max Hayes 69-22. Mike Fitch and company putting some wins together. On the girls' end, it was EC doubling up Perkins 62-31, and over at the Shot Clock Classic, Massillon took apart Elyria 108-83.
Those TIG ERS Tigers are fairly legit from what Elyria head coach Brett Larrick was telling you, so I'm sure they gave him a good effort, but Massillon ended up being too much for the Pioneers to handle. Missed shot there, a lot of contact afterwards as Fortner went sprawling to the deck, no call. Missed shot again there for Firelands, and a rebound secured by Vermilion. Up ahead to Mason Cooper. He's got 6 points already to lead all scorers for Vermilion. Misses that runner short in the lane. A rebound secured by Fortner for Firelands. Fortner up ahead to Tobacash. He'll reload on the 3 ball and misses it short, no good. Tracks down his own rebound, though. Good hustle play there by Liam Tobacash. Lima not shy about a 3 ball. That one short, no good. Rebound to Gerber. Had a man up ahead, but couldn't see him in time. And he'll jog it across the half-court stripe himself. Now he'll take it inside against Logan Holt. Count it, plus the foul. Nice take there by Adam Gerber. He took it right into the chest of Logan Holt. Put it up and in, and he'll head to the line for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I think Holt thought that was just going to be a little bit of a bump. Gerber said, no, I'm going to make sure that they think you got your money's worth out of this one, but he was able to coax it in off the glass. Well done.
Yeah, tough finish there by Gerber. Got to finish it here at the line. As his free throw is no good off back iron. Vermilion leaving a lot of points at the line here in this first half. I believe that's 4 missed free throws for him already.
Got him for 5.
5, so in a close game like this is looking to be, those loom oh so important. But again, we'll factor that all in when it's all said and done here at Vermilion. Sailors lead Firelands 19-17, just under 7 minutes left to play here in this first half. As Fortner has it out near the volleyball line here for Vermilion. He'll reject a Lima screen. Now he'll look to use it. Fortner surveying, ends up picking up his dribble and finds Mikey Janisic. Janisic inside, no good. A rebound to Vermilion. So Firelands all of a sudden scuffling once more on the offensive end to start this second quarter. As Pinkerton has it, now to Cooper. Cooper wheeling around inside, found an open shooter for 3. That's Myers. He missed that one short. Rebound to Jeremiah Lopez. And a foul on Lopez, or no. A foul on Lopez. I thought it was Fortner who had committed the foul on Lopez, but I think they're saying Jeremiah Lopez picked up that foul.
I think he might have went a little bit above and beyond and trying to secure that rebound.
Okay.
They haven't put it on the board yet, though.
Interesting. Well,
was his foot on the line, maybe. I don't know. We were looking for an explanation.
Yeah, interesting. Nonetheless, Firelands with the basketball down 2. Just over 6 minutes left to play here in this first half. Fortner with it up top. Good skip pass over to Lima. Lima, he'll fire another 3 ball. That one no good. Holt inside battling for it. Had it poked away. Now we got all kinds of bodies in there fighting for it, and Logan Holt eventually secures it for Firelands. That young man, I tell you what, he struggled offensively, but he is hustling left and right. Fortner launches a 3 ball, missed it short. That's been the theme for a lot of these Firelands trifectas. Everything short. Rebound to Vermilion. Cooper, Euro step inside, and then look to swing it. And, they'll call a block. They'll call a block on who, though? You had 2 Falcons go sprawling to the deck. It's probably Fortner, if I had to guess, and it is. Aiden Fortner picks up the blocking foul. He went for the pass and crash charge, but ends up picking up the block instead. And Colin Myers will ask for a 30-second timeout. Honestly, Jared, I don't think a bad time to get a timeout. You haven't scored yet this quarter. You're picking up a couple of fouls that maybe you shouldn't. Maybe just a good time to reset and calm the nerves and emotions a little bit.
Well, the other thing might be exactly maybe who that foul went on with Fortner. He's saying, hey, if a guy like Cooper's going to come in there and challenge 3 Firelands Falcons defenders, we got to come up with a better stop than that, and we can't let our all-world post player pick that foul up. If there's 3 of us, somebody get in front of him and don't make it be 42.
So eyes of a hawk, Dave Rydell over here.
We tell you, he can do everything.
Hey, I don't question that. He tells me that he believes Jeremiah Lopez double dribbled on that rebound.
Dave watched some basketball at Dayton. Proud Flyer.
Well,
you know,
I don't dispute
he knows
that.
what's going on.
I don't dispute that. Hey, well, similar to why you have 3 officials, this is why you have a 3-man broadcast crew, just in case we miss something. Dave Rydell is on it, so big kudos to Dave there for helping us out. As Vermilion will get it underneath their own basket here after the timeout. Drake Hooks inside there to Pettin, who missed it. Now the rebound to Firelands. Up ahead to Tobacash. Tobacash to a cutting Lima. Ready layup is good. So Carson Lima, the sophomore, his first points of the night. We're tied once again at 19. Just what you want there if you're Colin Myers. After the timeout, you get a stop, you get a score. Now can you start stringing those together? Brock Myers inside, missed it, no good. A rebound secured by Drake Hooks, who fires it back out to Noah Pettin. To Cooper, now back to Gerber, who thought about a 3 ball, puts it on the deck instead. Now to Myers, he'll launch one, and that one no good, right of the iron. A rebound to Lima, but he lost it underneath the basket. Back to Vermilion now. Cooper with it, trying to get through traffic, and a foul on the Mason Cooper drive. And let's see, a couple of Falcons in that area, and that's Fortner again.
Yeah, it's a tough way to go.
So
Fortner picks up 2.
2, yeah, back to back.
Really quick, yeah.
That's tough. So Brett Bury will be the hopeful answer for head coach Colin Myers as he checks in for Fortner. I would imagine we do not see Fortner again the rest of this first half, but we'll have to wait and see. Cooper gets it in here to Drake Hooks. Hooks the handoff to Penton. Penton to a cutting Myers inside. He's met by Bury. Myers trying to muscle his way through. He was cut off, though, by Firelands. Back out to Penton. Penton gets by Logan Holt. Inside to Hooks. Out to Myers. He'll launch a three. That one good. So Drake Hooks, or no, I'm sorry, Brock Myers, his first points of the night. Drake Hooks heavily involved in these last couple of possessions, just getting paint touches and then kicking it back out to his shooters. Brock Myers converts there. Vermilion back out in front, 22-19. Janisic with the basketball here for Firelands. Tries to find Lima, but it was intercepted red all the way by Mason Cooper. Cooper racing the other way. Had it blocked from behind by Lima. Gerber and Lima fighting for the loose basketball. And what do we got here? A kick ball violation will go against Vermilion. Not sure who it was, probably Gerber, since he was the primary sailor in that area. So that's a good hustle back defensive play there for Carson Lima. The pass to him was intercepted, but he didn't give up on it. Chased down Mason Cooper, blocked it from behind, and earned his Falcons the possession right back. 22-19 Vermilion with 4:05 left to play here in this first half. Lima met by Mason Cooper up top. Tries to find Tobacash inside. Good hands by Gerber to poke it away, but Tobacash tracks it down. Tobacash now picks up his dribble out near that volleyball line. In some trouble now, finds Lima. Now to a cutting Bury. Bury spinning inside. Righty finish, rolls around the rim and out, no good. Gerber and Tobacash fighting for the loose ball, and Tobacash will pick up the personal.
Boy, Bury did everything except let that one go in. That was a great move to the bucket there. Firelands just having trouble finding a way to score here in this second period. They've only got 2 points through half, or more than halfway gone.
Yeah, you had the Carson Lima bucket out of the timeout that Colin Myers took, and they've been skunked here in this second frame outside of that.
With Aiden Fortner on the bench.
To their credit, though, defensively, they've been there, right?
Right. And
just 5 points for Vermilion this quarter.
Right,
so
correct.
They're doing enough to hang in there. Noah Penton inside here to Brock Myers. He's got a 3-ball already here in the second quarter. He'll put it on the deck. This time he's fouled hard by Logan Holt, and Brock Myers is headed to the line for 2. Maybe the foul wasn't as hard as the crash and tumble afterwards was, but nonetheless a foul there on Logan Holt, and that'll be his second personal. So now you got 2 of your bigs, so to speak, right, with 2 personals. Fortner already on the bench, and now you have a decision to make with Logan Holt, and I'm not sure if a decision will be made. Colin Myers not trotting anybody over to that scores table. First free throw from Brock Myers is good.
Well, and I think that's the other thing. Colin Myers, one of the more collected guys that you'll bump into. Again, a little bit of a younger guy in terms of his coaching ranks in Lorain County, but having a conversation with the officials about, hey, it's 5-0 in terms of fouls right now. Yeah. He's not arguing that was a hard foul, but just give me something.
Yeah, I know. I definitely agree. And right on cue, we get a foul against Vermilion, and that will be Luke Richardson who picks it up on the rebound as Myers missed both free throws there. So Richardson, all 6-7 of them, with 1 personal now. Team first foul as well, or first team foul, I should say. As Carson Lima gets hip checked there by Mason Cooper, so looks like Colin Myers may have had his wishes come true there. Yeah, 2 quick fouls there on Vermilion. That one, though, certainly, as Cooper just kind of stuck that leg out. Picked up the foul, so Pinkerton checks back in here for Noah Penton. Jeremiah Lopez also set to return as he will grab, oh no, I'm sorry, Noah Penton and Mason Cooper will exit Jeremiah Lopez and Pinkerton into the game. So Brett Bury gets it here on the inbound from Lima. Over to Lucas Holt in that corner. Holt had it pried free by Brock Myers. Collected it though, now back up top to Mikey Janisic. Janisic faked the handoff to Holt, kept it himself. Nothing doing though, not a whole lot of movement here for Firelands this trip down. Lima with it now up top to Bury. Bury surveying the defense, swings it left side to Max Brown, the freshman. He's met by the 6'7" Richardson. Don't think he wanted any part of trying to take that one inside. Richardson nearly had himself a steal and a fast break the other way, but Firelands able to maintain. Janisic has it. Janisic weaving through traffic inside, high off the glass, and he got it. So maybe that's what it takes, Jared. Maybe a Mikey Janisic or somebody else can just put their head down and say, forget this, I'm getting a bucket. And that's what he did there. Janisic hanging on to dear life as Pinkerton drove hard to the lane, and Pinkerton gets called for the travel. So Pinkerton evidently did something with the footwork that the officials didn't like. He turns it over, and it's Lucas Green back into the game with 2 fouls as he'll replace Max Brown. So obviously the key here, Jared, for him, can he go 2:38 of game time without picking up foul number 3? Let's see. Janisic has it on the inbound as Vermilion shows a little half-court pressure here. Lucas Green now has it on the left side. Green surveying his options, gets a screen from Bury. It was a good one at that. Holt fakes the shot, looks to drive baseline, spinning, turning, fading, no, but he's fouled, and he's headed to the line for 2. And is that big, bad Luke Richardson picking up another? And it is. So that's 2 quick ones on him now.
Yeah, I think he's tough to miss in terms of trying to blend in. But, for Vermilion and Kurt Habermill, you don't want anybody to have 2 fouls at this stage in the game. But, maybe not somebody that they're totally relying upon later on. Richardson's still learning some of this varsity basketball rotation.
Well, they certainly have other post presences they can go to, as Richardson will indeed grab a seat, presumably for the rest of this first half. Holt missed that first free throw. Second one is good. And an inadvertent whistle potentially here, as I think one of the officials was maybe telling Brock Myers to tuck his jersey in, blew the whistle inadvertently on the free throw attempt, so they'll count it. So Holt splits the pair. He's at 3 points now in the contest. 23-22. Vermilion in front of Firelands with 2:15 left to play here in this first half. Pinkerton with it in some trouble. Now finds Luke Habermill. Habermill ahead of the pack to Myers. Myers inside. Good pass to Cooper. Now to Lopez. They swing it around to Pinkerton. Good ball movement here. Pinkerton, free throw line jumper. No. Missed it back iron. Rebound to Logan Holt. So good movement, good passing there, that possession for Vermilion. Everything but the bucket. Logan Holt not shy about a 3-ball top of the arc. You betcha. And he's going to let the folks in the Vermilion student section hear about it. Uh-oh, Logan Holt playing the villain here in the second quarter. And I'm all here for it. Habermill up to Cooper. He'll launch a 3-ball high, arcing no good off the right of the iron. Rebound to Janisic, and Jeremiah Lopez fouled him. So now the Falcons come to life a little bit here, late stages of the second quarter, Jared.
A couple of good offensive trips for them and a free throw. I know you don't want to necessarily get excited about a free throw, but when there's been a lid on that bucket to get 6 points in the last minute and a half, that's been a flurry.
And good for them to see a 3-ball go down.
Yeah, because they had only hit 1 prior to that, so they were 1 of 8.
Yep, Green had 1 in that first quarter and nothing doing outside of that. Holt finally found the range there. I know he was 0 for on a couple of attempts before that. So Firelands with the ball and a 2-point lead, and now a foul against Luke Habermill. So just like that, Vermilion will pick up team foul number 5. And so that'll send Firelands to the line for 2, a chance to extend their lead here.
And Vermilion's been in the bonus for what feels like 5 minutes. Firelands now, final minute and 24 seconds. They'll shoot free throws. Falcons have converted a few more attempts.
Green's first free throw is good. Lucas Green, he had 7 points in that first quarter, Jared. That's his first here of the second quarter. Granted, he was sitting for the bulk of it.
Spent some time on the bench, right.
He's clearly somebody that makes a quick impact when he's into the ball game, and he's perfect on that trip there. 9 points in the game for Lucas Green. Firelands up by 4 now, just like that. 27-23, a minute 15 left to play here in this first half. Gerber launches for 3, no good, missed it. That one hit off the backboard before hitting the rim. Rebound to Carson Lima. Lima looking to push in transition, has that head down, kicks it out now to Lucas Green in that far side corner. He'll launch for 3. That one's short, no good. And the loose ball fought for, was kept alive by Janisic, but Habermill eventually corrals it defensively for Vermilion. 50 seconds left to play here now in this first half. Myers inside, one-on-one against Holt, and he got it. That was a very nice drive to the basket, as Uncle Cliff told the folks here at Vermilion. Brock Myers just called his own number against Brock. Holt figured he had the foot speed on him, and he did. Kissed it in for 2. 27-25, Firelands still up by a deuce. 30 seconds left to play here in this first half, as I would imagine they'll look for the final shot here.
Yeah, I think Colin Myers had to have a strong worded conversation to say, hey, wind this all the way down.
Yep. Hey, when you have the lead, you want to hit that locker room with the lead, especially late stages like this. Janisic with it, works off a Brett Bury screen now. Gerber comes out to greet him on the hedge, pokes it free, loose ball on the deck, bodies everywhere. Vermilion's got it. Myers up ahead to Pinkerton. Pinkerton with the layup, and he blew it inside. Cooper trying to get it, but Firelands grabs it. Lima up ahead to Janisic. Janisic launches from the volleyball line, nearly banked it in. A lot of contact, no call. And some fireworks to end this first half of play. And Kurt Habermill's strut here to our right, Jared, I think tells you everything you need to know about his thoughts at the tail end of that first half. Felt like the Sailors were really in control of things, but credit Colin Myers and his Firelands Falcons. They answer, and they'll carry a 27-25 two-point lead heading into the locker room. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll have our halftime show coming up next. We'll look at some of the individual scoring numbers as well as some of the team stats. We'll see if Jared can compile some other scores from in and around the area as well. And we'll see what other kind of trouble we can get into here on our halftime show. But at the intermission here at Vermilion, it's Firelands in front in this post-Christmas edition of the Stillman Cup. Falcons leading the Sailors 27-25. We'll be back with more here on WEOL.com and on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County has a story every day. Make sure you don't miss it. From breaking news and high school sports to schools, business, and community events, the Chronicle has it all. Stay connected to your neighbors and your home team with coverage that matters most to you. Don't just hear about Lorain County, know Lorain County. Subscribe today at chroniclet.com/subscribe and get the news that keeps you in the know. The Chronicle Telegram, Lorain County's largest newspaper.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College, your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
An entertaining first half in the books here at Vermilion as we've hit halftime. Sailors trailing the Falcons of Firelands 27-25, despite, well, it felt like they had most of the momentum throughout much of that first half, but Firelands, a late second quarter surge, puts them out in front 27-25 in what has been a riveting post-Christmas edition of the Stillman Cup. Looking at some of the individual scoring numbers. Well, first, before I do that, by the way, I'm Rob Canucci, he's Jared Kozar, Dave Rydell on site as well. Do want to thank our sponsors once again for helping us bring you tonight's matchup here at Vermilion, as this edition of the WEOL Cage matchup was brought to you by, or is continuing to be brought to you by, Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria, Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs, the Lorain Medina Rural Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner, and by Eco-Tree Services, they are your complete Tree Care Company. Again, Rocco, Jared, Dave all here with you at Vermilion. Sailors trailing Firelands 27-25. Let's take a look at some of the individual first half scoring numbers. First for Vermilion right now, leading the way for the Sailors, Brock Myers and Mason Cooper. They each have 6. Been tough sledding offensively outside of that, though. Jeremiah Lopez hit a 3. That's been in for him. Nate Pinkerton has 2, as does Adam Gerber, Noah Pettin, and Luke Richardson. So Mason Cooper, those first 2 3-balls that he saw go down, certainly looking like pretty big shots thus far. They only had 1 trifecta outside of that. That was Brock Myers. And so again, Myers and Cooper each with 6 to lead the way for Vermilion. What was a 25-point first half for Kurt Habermill's Sailors. On the other side for Firelands, 27 first half points for them. They had a couple of big contributors. Lucas Green leading the way. He leads all scorers right now with 9 points. Logan Holt behind him with 6. Aiden Fortner, kind of a quiet first half from him with just 4. I'll get another thought on that here in a second, Jared. Carson Lima has 2. Mikey Janisic has 2 off the bench. Liam Tobicash, Brett Bury, each with 2 off the bench for Firelands as well. So as I kind of opened the segment, Jared, talking about that first half momentum, really felt like Vermilion had it throughout much of that first half. Firelands able to seize kind of control of this game in the later stages of that second quarter. And you were able to do that with Aiden Fortner just with 4 points. None of them came in that second quarter barrage. So all in all, I think Colin Myers and his guys got to be feeling okay with where they're at, realizing that, you know, they're not being carried by Aiden Fortner tonight. Obviously, he's been impactful, but you're getting some big contributions elsewhere as well, and that's always a good sign. Yeah,
I think for them to be without his services for about 4 minutes of that second quarter and not to be able to build a lead, they've got to feel good about where they were at, especially kind of some of the things that happened there from an adversity standpoint in that second quarter, where they just weren't able to score the way they would like to, and maybe the fouls stacked up against them and just forced them into some different personnel moves. For them to come out and have a 2-point lead here at the break, I think that, you know, certainly they would take that on the road.
Yeah, no question about that. So you good with team stats and scores over there, my friend?
We can let it roll, man.
We'll have the cell of Dave Rydell on standby if you need some of the girls' scores. I know he did a good job of compiling those over there, but take it away, my friend.
So in that first half of play, the Vermilion Sailors, again, trailing here 27-25 at the break. Vermilion was 8 of 23 from the field, a 35% mark. A big difference for them. They were 4 of 9 from downtown, so they were able to connect on a few more 3 balls than Firelands. Woes abundant at the free throw line. 5 of 12, 42%. Kurt Habermill not a happy camper in that locker room, knowing that you left some free ones on the charity stripe there. 14 rebounds, 5 turnovers in that first half of play. For Firelands, they were 10 of 30 from the field, so they got a lot of shots up. Didn't connect on as many as they would like, but they shot 33%, just 2 of 11 from downtown. So they got to clean some of that up, take less, make more. Combination of both. We'll see what happens. 5 of 6 at the line. They were pretty efficient there. 21 rebounds. A lot of second chance opportunities for Firelands, and I think that's how they got the 2-point advantage there. And just 4 turnovers throughout the first 16 minutes of play for the Firelands Falcons. So all things being equal, I think for Firelands, a 2-point lead in hostile territory on a very special night for the Vermilion Sailors. They feel pretty good about where they're at heading into the second half. You mentioned scores from elsewhere in Lorain County and beyond for this evening. Girls basketball earlier today, it was EC knocking off Perkins 62-31. Girls boys doubleheader over at Open Door. The Patriots get the better of it on the girls side, 57-56. They knock off Brookside this evening. The boys matchup will get underway very shortly, if not already at this point. Earlier this afternoon in boys basketball, it was Avon knocking off Max Hayes 69-22. Massillon all over Elyria in the Shot Clock Classic, 108-83, a final from kind of early evening. That was a 5 o'clock tip-off, I believe, over at Canton at the Fieldhouse. So
108, my goodness.
Yeah, 108 points. Certainly there were no shot clock violations in that game.
That's not even meant to be an indictment on Elyria. Anytime somebody scores 100, that is an impressive offensive outing. I don't care what kind of defense.
132-minute game. You got it. Yeah, exactly.
So was 83 for that matter.
Right, yeah,
my goodness.
Yeah, Brett Larrick's ball club doing really well, too. Halftime score over at Lorain. Lorain and Avon Lake locked up at 27 apiece. So that's another one going. We've got Wellington and Cloverleaf tonight, and EC at Smithville. If we can find you results of that, we will pass that along as the evening goes on.
Thank you, Jared. Speaking of Smithville, Dave, I thought you had a Columbia girls score involving Smithville, right? I think, if I remember, muscle memory here, 42-34. Yes, got it. Columbia winners there over Smithville. There's my Independence girls falling to Valley Forge 42-26. Thank you, Dave. No, I'm just kidding. What else do we have there? EC beating Perkins 62-31. You said that one, Jared. On the girls' side, Lorena winner over Avon 51-45. Massillon winners over Westlake 73-33. And Olmsted Falls winners earlier this morning over American Heritage out of Plantation, Florida, as the Bulldogs win 41-38. So thank you, Dave Rydell. Appreciate that. As we are all set for second half action here at Vermilion, as the Sailors will open up this half with possession of the basketball. Now moving right to left on your screen. Same starting fives for both sides. Pettin, Myers, Gerber, Cooper, Hooks, the 5 for Vermilion. Gerber launches a 3 ball right out of the gate. That one no good. Rebound to Fortner, who's out there with Holt, Jones, Lima, and Lucas Green for Firelands. Lucas Green in the corner with it. Swings it back up to Lima. Around the horn it goes to Logan Holt. He'll fire for a 3, and you better believe it. Logan Holt's starting to feel it from beyond the arc now. He hit one there at the end of that second quarter, and he's got one here to start the third. 30-25, Firelands with their largest lead of the night. Myers inside, and he stepped on the baseline out of bounds. A turnover gives it right back to Firelands. And you can tell, Jared, Vermilion just not as confident looking offensively as they were to start tonight's game.
Boy, and 35 seconds in, basically, not the start they wanted to this second half. They give up a 3 and then turn the ball right over.
One of the worst feelings you can have as a coach, and something I've learned very quickly in my short career, Jared. You make all those halftime adjustments, you give all the rah-rah speeches, and you come out and you give up a 3, you turn it over. But they get a stop there, does Vermilion, and now the Sailors with numbers in transition. Gerber, met on the sideline, swings it out to Drake Hooks. Errant pass to Cooper, but got there. Nell swinging around to Pettin. He'll launch for 3. That one a touch too strong. Rebound defensively for Firelands. It's Lima. Lima trying to take it 1-on-3 into the teeth of the defense. Did good to pass it to Green, who laid it up and in. Lima got himself in trouble, leaving his feet. Lucas Green, though, there to bail him out. He lays it in for 2, 32-25. Firelands up by 7. Falcons have certainly come to play here out of the gate. Little backdoor cut, not there as Hooks' pass was tipped, but saved by Mason Cooper. Cooper, did he travel? He sure did. Mason Cooper unsure of where to throw that pass, and just like that, you had a feeling it was coming. Kurt Habermill and his Sailors, they're going to ask for a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a quick breather ourselves with 6:30 left to play here in this third quarter. It's Firelands here at Vermilion leading the Sailors, a 32-25 Falcons lead. We'll be right back after this timeout.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
There it is on your screen, the Stillman Cup. Firelands looking to lay claim to it here tonight. They claim a 7-point lead as Kurt Habermill and his Sailors asked for a timeout to try to correct this, as it has been a 5-0 Firelands run to start this third quarter. Just everything seemingly going Firelands' way right now, Jared, and I meant to say that at the half. That was a trend that started at the tail end of that second quarter. The hustle plays, the 50-50 balls, the perimeter shooting, right? All of those big variables that can kind of go either way, really leaning towards the side of the Falcons right now, and they've earned that. So what can they do now with a 7-point lead and the basketball? 6:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Fortner with it, right at the top of the key. Fortner muscling his way inside, picks up his dribble, spinning, finds Lucas Green now. Green not shy about the drive, had it poked free and now stolen as Drake Hooks comes away with it for Vermilion. Can the Sailors get this crowd back into it? Pettin to Myers inside, it was tipped, and then it goes off of Noah Pettin, who had made the pass and was standing out of bounds. And boy, when it rains, it pours sometimes, huh?
Just nothing you can do about that. Wrong place, wrong time.
No kidding.
That was not a self-inflicted wound.
Carter Jones into the ballgame. He had to sit throughout much of that first half with 2 personal fouls. So now you got, your starters out there for Firelands, and how long can you keep them out of foul trouble? Lucas Green with it inside. A hop, skip, and a step. Picked up his dribble. Now floats, elevates, scores. Ooh, Lucas Green. I tell you what, he's got a little wiggle to his game, doesn't he, Jared? He can get a little shifty, a little creativity with his offensive prowess. Drake Hooks with it now. Fakes the handoff to Gerber. He got Holt to bite on it. Holt the backside block, but he may have got him on the arm, a little on the body as well. And so Logan Holt will pick up his third personal and send Drake Hooks to the line for a pair.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Holt to be in, but even there, just nothing coming easy for Vermilion here in this third quarter as they, just having difficulties, and that looked like it was going to be a breakaway for Hooks. And, Firelands came back to collapse. Again, they pick up the foul, but they're making Vermilion do it from the charity stripe, which really struggled at mightily in that first half of play.
So Hooks converts on the first. Pinkerton and Lopez into the game here for Vermilion as Brett Bury checks back in for Firelands. Hooks was scoreless coming into this half and then converts on the pair there. So 2 points on the night for Drake Hooks. And Vermilion back within 7, 34-27. Carson Lima met by Mason Cooper. Little full court man applied here by Vermilion, but Firelands able to break it easily. Lima inside, and he just chiseled his way through the defense. Weak help side D there from Hooks, and Lima has himself a deuce. 4 points on the game now for him. Lead right back to 9. Hooks will launch for 3. He's got it. So Drake Hooks, again, scoreless through one half of play. He's got all 5 now for Vermilion in this third quarter. Sailors still down by 6. Green inside, high off the glass, missed it. Bury there to clean it up for 2. Like I said, those hustle plays, the offensive rebounds, all going the way of Firelands right now. Lima couldn't corral that rebound, though, on the defensive end. And it'll go out of bounds and stay with Vermilion. Luke Habermill checks back into the contest as Mason Cooper will grab a seat.
Habermill's played some quality minutes defensively for Vermilion, and I think Kurt had that in mind when he got him off the bench. Said, I got to get somebody out there that wants to play on the ball.
Cooper certainly had an explosive first quarter, but he's been limited offensively since then. And so Myers calls his own number here on the offensive end and lays it in for 2. Nice drive, nice left-handed finish there for Brock Myers. He's got 8. I'm sorry, he's got 10. 10 points on the night for Brock Myers. Green inside, one-on-one against Pinkerton. He beat him to the cup, and he scored. Lucas Green now 6 points here in this third quarter. He's up to 15 on the contest. And Vermilion down by 8 now. Firelands extending their lead. Myers with it, met by Aiden Fortner to Hooks. He hit one. Can he hit a second? He sure can. Drake Hooks now with 8 points here in this third quarter. Him and Lucas Green, a little mano-a-mano battle right now on the offensive ends for both sides. Lucas Green now controlling it, met by Pinkerton out near that volleyball line. Firelands maybe looking to slow things down a little bit with a lead. As they look to get it to Fortner now, one-on-one with Brock Myers. Nowhere to go there, though. Hands it back off to Lucas Green. Green inside, charging the basket. Missed it. Kept alive by Firelands, though. Rebound taken by Vermilion. It was Hooks, but he traveled. And it'll go back to Firelands. Pinkerton asking the officials to call the shove that he thought sent Drake Hooks down to the floor, but ultimately a travel is their decision, so it'll go back to Firelands.
Tough play there. His momentum kind of carried him over, but he really did a nice job to secure the rebound. Just needed some help. One
of those travels you really can't be too upset with if you're a head coach. As Jones has it inside, they'll kick it out to Lucas Green. He's had the hot hand for Firelands here tonight. 15 points for that young man. Green over to Brett Bury at the top of the key. Not really looking at the basket, so I'd assume he's really not their top perimeter threat, certainly. Green shakes, bakes, loses a defender, fires for 3, no good. Bury there for the offensive rebound. His stick back was blocked. Green, another follow, no, but he's going to the line for 2. And right now, Jared, simply put, Firelands is first to the ball. They want it more right now, I think, than the Vermilion Sailors.
I think that's fair to say, and it's difficult for Firelands to do a couple of things that you mentioned in terms of wanting to slow it down a little bit with the lead, but Green wants to keep it going. And it's sort of like you have just, opposition in terms of what the coaching philosophy is, I think, by Colin Myers, but it's just tough to not let Green do his thing.
Yeah, he's got 15 tonight. He's certainly been cooking here in this third quarter, and he gets the friendly bounce on the free throw right there. 7 points in the quarter. He's got 16 on the game, and Jeremiah Lopez, who picked up foul number 4 there, by the way, will have to grab a seat. Luke Richardson returns for him. Liam Tobakash back into the game for Colin Myers as Firelands Falcons. Green, one more free throw coming here. 3:07 left to play here in this third quarter as Green converts on both. 42-35, again, just over 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Firelands in front of Vermilion. Habermill with it, now to a cutting Hooks inside. Hooks, the lefty scoop, got it. Man, Drake Hooks, I'll tell you what, he averages just over 2.5 points per game. You wouldn't know it with the way he's looking to assert himself offensively here in this third quarter. And, hey, Kurt, he's needed every ounce of it over there. They haven't had much else offensively here in this second half. And they find themselves down by 5 to what's been a very scrappy Firelands bunch here this evening. Tobacash missing the baseline jumper, no good. Janisic had the stick back rejected by Richardson. Now he looks to tie up the big man, and he commits the foul instead. And I think Colin Myers telling Mikey Janisic, hey, maybe don't just try to go over top of the 6'7" big 4 Vermilion. Maybe throw a shot fake or move that rock elsewhere offensively. But that's the first personal on Janisic. And so Vermilion gets it back down 5, and oh boy, yeah, I figured that might get Kurt a little upset. Pinkerton throws it away. Luke Richardson, the intended target, but Pinkerton's pass, an errant one. So an unforced turnover there gives it right back to Firelands. Those are the ones that kill you, Jared. You're not really facing any sort of defensive pressure, and you just simply throw it away.
Right, can't have that happen. And anytime your bench catches the pass, Kurt's going to be upset with it.
Tobacash with it. Met by Drake Hooks. Now to a cutting Fortner inside with Richardson. Fortner over the big man, and he got it. Ooh, Aiden Fortner not scared to take it inside to the 6'7" big 4 Vermilion, and he finished over top of him. 44-37, Firelands back up 7. Habermill open for 3, didn't even look at the basket. Instead tries to get it into Richardson, and that pass is tipped away and stolen. Firelands numbers the other way. Jones, the righty scoop, and he got it. Carter Jones, his first points of the contest. Now Pinkerton in trouble on that far sideline, gets it over to Habermill. Vermilion, boy, you could feel this one just sort of slipping away from the Sailors. They're down 9 with $1:30 left to play in this third quarter. And Janisic, a little too handsy there with Luke Habermill. Fouls him, but that's just the, it'll be the third team foul here on Firelands.
Correct. Kurt Habermill ready to explode over there on the Vermilion sideline. Can't believe what he's watching in terms of some of these just lackluster possessions. I think he can understand, hey, if somebody's going to beat us, but we can't just go through the motions offensively. And there's been a couple times in the last 3 minutes that's what's happened.
Penton and Myers back into the ball game. They try to force it inside to Richardson, and that pass is stolen. Good interior defense there for Firelands. Jones with it now, picks up his dribble over to Tobacash. He'll give it right back to Jones. 1:20 left to play here in this third quarter now. Fortner with it. Here's the instructions from head coach Colin Myers, and he wants him to go one-on-one with Richardson. Fortner settles for 3. Got it! Woo, boy! Aiden Fortner. He's cash money from beyond the arc there, right in the face of Richardson. Hooks the answer, no good. Rebound, Fortner as, Richardson goes over the back and then he shoves him to the deck. Carter Jones comes over to let Richardson hear a piece of his mind. And here we go, Jared, a little Stillman Cup action.
Told you that we could get in a rumble here tonight real quick, and Richardson had the what me look on his face. I got to give him credit. That was one heck of a performance right there. But you can have that happen in a game like this, and it shouldn't erupt into something like that. And I think Kurt's telling him pretty disappointed in that sort of an antic.
Well, it makes it worse, right? You pick up the flagrant or the intentional.
Right.
And so now your team's already down 12. You're sending Aiden Fortner to the line for 2, and Firelands gets the ball off of it. Fortner's free throw, good.
And if you're Aiden Fortner, mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what you wanted to do there.
So Mason Cooper set the check in. And Fortner, he's got one more free throw coming. Cooper does check back in for Richardson. What a performance here from the midway point of the second quarter on for Firelands as Fortner good on the pair. Makes it 51-37. Firelands in control of this ball game. So Vermilion, they've dug themselves a hole. We know Kurt Habermill's teams, they can dig themselves out of a hole, but certainly not one I don't think he wanted them to put themselves in. Off the inbound here, Lucas Green with it, met by Noah Pettin. Green working off a screen here from Tobacash, goes the other way with it. Green elevates for 2, the mid-range no good. A rebound, fought for, secured by Firelands. Jones to a cutting Lima, who lays it in for 2. Boy, I tell you what, Firelands, they just look in sync offensively right now. Habermill hanging and scoring the other way. A much-needed bucket there for Vermilion. Habermill's first points of the night, and now Pettin, a little too much body there, sends Green sprawling to the deck. And no free throws yet. That's just the third team foul for Vermilion. But you could just see it right now on the floor, Jared, from the eye test. Vermilion, they are They are flustered with the way things have gone this last quarter and a half.
Well, especially when you think about what was happening at the intermission. You're like, okay, it's a 2-point game, and both teams are a little bit stunted offensively. This is an explosion for Firelands here in this third quarter.
No question about it. So I was watching Coach Abermill over there talking with one of the officials. Certainly been a physical third quarter, but nothing too egregious, I don't think. And now Hooks fouls Aiden Fortner from behind. And Fortner's going right back to the charity stripe for a pair as Hooks picks up personal foul number 3. And that'll be the 15th foul here this quarter for Vermilion with 19.4 left on this third quarter clock.
And emotions are running high, certainly in a game like this. It always happens in a home game for Vermilion. But Aiden Fortner, you're playing into his game right now if you're doing that.
Fortner misses that first one. Fortner, he had just 4 points at the half. He has exploded for 7 here in this third quarter. Him and Lucas Green really picking up the offense here. Green with 8. Fortner misses both free throws there, though. Rebound secured by Cooper. Up ahead to Luke Abermill. Abermill worked himself out of a trap to Hooks. Now to Cooper. Shot fake from 3. Puts it on the deck instead. Shovels it inside to Myers, and he gets fouled by Tobacash. And so Brock Myers heading to the line for a pair here. As I think that was Tobacash who picked it up. Yes, it was. Yeah, him and I think it was Lima both in the area. So Tobacash's third. 14th foul here for Firelands. So Myers to the line for a pair. First free throw is no good. Myers had 2 in the first, 6 in the second, and now just 2 here in this third quarter. He averages 16 a night.
One of the leaders for sure.
These Falcons have schemed him up well defensively tonight as Myers splits the pair there, hitting the ladder. So 53-40 our score, 9.5 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Green with it. Third quarter clock down to 5. Gets a screen there from Fortner. Fortner steps into a healthy 3-ball at the horn. He baked it in! Aiden Fortner takes the roof off, well, half of the gym, the Firelands side that is. And these Falcons, I'll tell you what, have come to play tonight. It was a tough start to the night, but boy, have they picked it up. They'll take a 16-point lead heading to the fourth here at Vermilion. Firelands 56, the Sailors 40. We'll be right back after this timeout.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Vermilion. Rakanushi, Jared Kozar, Dave Rydell here with you. Firelands carrying a 56-40 lead heading in to the fourth and final quarter. Jared, Firelands had 27 total first half points. They pop off for 28 in that third quarter. So going over their entire first half output in just one quarter, outscoring Vermilion 28-15 that frame. Obviously leading to that 16-point fourth quarter lead. Colin Myers has to be very pleased with what he saw from his Falcons there that quarter.
Yeah, and I think the message is don't let up, and they're not doing it right now.
Yeah, Fortner inside for an easy deuce. Little resistance there from the inside of the Sailors. And now a turnover. Fortner has it. Vermilion just kind of falling apart at the seams right now. You got time to fix it, but that time runs out pretty quick on games like this. Fortner with it, met by Drake Hooks up top. Hooks gets run into a screen by Logan Holt. Fortner just forcing his way inside. Habermill tied him up, and the possession arrow will give it back to Vermilion. So Fortner, you can just feel it right now from him. All the confidence in the world. Really picking himself up in that third quarter as Nate Pinkerton returns for Vermilion. Mason Cooper, Drake Hooks will each take a seat. Jeremiah Lopez into the game here for Vermilion as well. Pinkerton maybe slipped on a wet spot there on the right side of your screen, but he's A-okay now in transition. Habermill with it up top, met by Carson Lima, hands it off to Pinkerton. Pinkerton runs into a double team. High arching pass was tipped and nearly stolen, and now a foul will go against Firelands. And let's see, that'll be, I think it's Logan Holt. Yeah, it is. Logan Holt picks up his 4th, so that's potentially impactful. Firelands is up by 18, but Logan Holt, one of their big contributors, picks up personal number 4 right there. Habermill gets it into Gerber. Tell you what, these Firelands Falcons defenders, they are not making anything easy for Vermilion here on the offensive end. And right on cue, a turnover as Gerber trying to force the issue there, just lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing's coming easy. 9 second-half turnovers here. We've just less than a minute into the 4th quarter. They had 5 in the first half, did Vermilion. Only committed 5. They've doubled that up.
It takes a mental toll, too, when everything's seemingly easy, like right there on the other end. Lucas Green laying it in for 2. Firelands just getting whatever they want. For Vermilion on the other end, everything's just extremely difficult. And again, I mean, a physical toll, sure, but mentally as well, that's tough to overcome. And right there, Pinkerton missing the easy layup inside. It was just a touch too strong. So Vermilion in all kinds of trouble right now. They trail by 20 with 6:45 left to play in the game. Holt forcing his way inside. He tries to go off glass for 2, no good. Lima the first one of the ball, out to Green for 3. Yes, sir! Lucas Green rings home another one for Firelands, and it's all Falcons here in this second half, Jared. 63-40 they lead over their rival in Vermilion.
Yeah, they can feel the Stillman Cup going to make its way back down 113 with them, I think, later on this evening.
Habermill looks at a cutting Gerber, but it takes it in himself now. Habermill stopping, kicks it out now to Pinkerton as he'll reset the offense here. Lucas Green comes out to pressure him. Pinkerton waiting for something to happen here. Nearly has his pocket picked by Green. Now inside out to Lopez. Wide open corner 3, and he got it. First field goal of the 4th quarter here for Vermilion. They still trail by 20, though. 63-43 our score with 5:45 and counting left to play here in this contest. Carter Jones, little Euro step inside. Tried to find Fortner, who I don't think was ready for the pass, but Lima was there at the right time. Jones gets it back, fires for 3, and he got it. Carter Jones with 5 points now in the contest. He was fired up after that one went down. You can tell how much this one means really to both sides, but very much so Firelands here in this second half. As Jones got a hand on that pass, it goes out of bounds and it'll stay with Vermilion.
Well, you know, it goes back to football too, where Vermilion, you know, put them away back-to-back years, and I think now you're starting to see that now for Firelands saying, hey, you know, it's our opportunity to you know, clean up that part of the backyard on the basketball side.
Firelands winners in last year's game, 60-34, and nearly similar scores here now midway through this 4th quarter. Firelands not done, though. Neither's Vermilion. You got time, but again, running out in a hurry. Lopez trying to call his own number inside. He forces one up at the rim, no good, and now he's down and a little slow to get up. Now he's up on his feet and looking to hustle back on defense. Green with it over to Carson Lima, rather. Now to Logan Holt, who works off the Lima screen. He gives it up to Fortner now, who's met by Drake Hooks. Fortner inside, spinning through traffic, finds Lucas Green. Now he'll swing it up top to Carter Jones. Good ball movement here by Firelands. Jones lays it up, in, count it, and the foul. Look at him flexing the guns after that one. As Carter Jones headed to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play, Adam Gerber picks up the personal, his first.
He's headed to the line, and I'll tell you what, Rocco, you're starting to see some people head to the exits here. You didn't think that would happen with 5 minutes still to play in this one. Just, boy, tough sledding.
Well, especially not with the way things started as Jones misses that one wide right.
Yeah, when you're talking about a 2-point game at the half, it was, let's stick around for more. Granted, it was kind of a rock fight to a certain extent, but yeah, just like you said, that might be Firelands' most productive offensive quarter all season long, in the 3rd quarter.
And what did we say? Fortner, who was nearly silent at the halftime intermission, he sprung to life in that 3rd quarter, and I think that just really got everybody over there in red going as Gerber launches a long triple and rings it home. So Adam Gerber, his first points since the first half. He's got 5 now in the game. It's still 68-46 Firelands. Jones racing the other way, missed the layup inside. Rebound Luke Habermill. Up ahead to Noah Penton. That's what Vermilion needs right now. Quick misses for Firelands and numbers the other way. Hooks inside, finds Gerber. He hit 1. Can he hit 2? No, missed that one wide left. Rebound Aiden Fortner. Fortner spinning out of the double team. How skilled is this young man right here, Aiden Fortner? My goodness, he'll stop and pop from the elbow, and why not? Oh, man. Aiden Fortner just out of his way right now, I think, Jared. My goodness gracious, what a second half it's been for him. Now he's going to play the defense as well. A little too handsy, though, on Luke Habermill as he came across the body, and he'll send Habermill to the line for a pair.
The impact that Aiden Fortner has on every possession cannot be understated. Offensively, defensively, and the energy he plays with that amplifies the rest of his team's skill set. You know, it's almost like they don't want to let him down out there.
Right. Well, and even if he's not the one doing all of the scoring as he was in that third quarter, Habermill missing that first free throw, it still runs through him. He's getting at least 3 or 4 touches of possession. He's out at the top of the key. He's kind of directing traffic, playing that traffic cop role, and he makes good decisions. I mean, rarely have we seen him make a mistake here tonight. Really just has that offense flowing.
Commands the double team, draws defenders, gets other guys opportunities.
He gets out of those double teams himself, too, as we've seen a number of times. Just a really great playmaker. Certainly been impressed with my viewing of his performance here tonight, no question. Lucas Green racing it across the half-court stripe. Habermill missing both free throws on that trip. That'll Liam Tobacash. Tobacash on the baseline nearly traveled, but wisely passed it off instead. They'll work it around the horn now. Lucas Green's got it, met by Drake Hooks. Firelands in no rush here with just 3.5 minutes left to play, and they're up by 24. Again, hard to believe that's the case right now. It was a 2-point game at the half, as Jared said, 27-25, and really it was a first half controlled mostly by Vermilion. But Firelands has sprung to life here. Holt missing that 3-point shot. Habermill got a hand on it. A rebound to Lopez. Up ahead now to Habermill. Habermill to a cutting Lopez inside. He ran into traffic. Got out of it, though, to Penton. Now to Gerber. Gerber, the shot fake. He'll take it inside. Swings it back to Penton. High, arching 3. Left it short. A rebound to Lucas Green for Firelands. This one pretty much all but over now with less than 3 to go. And I think Kurt will wave the white flag. He's got the reserves over there set to check in. I imagine Colin Myers will opt for a similar substitution package as well. As we'll have to just put the score sheet away and get the rosters out for that. Lopez launching a quick trigger 3. That one no good. A rebound secured by Penton, though, offensively for Vermilion, and then he throws it away. Lucas Green in the right spot, right time, and Colin Myers will ask for a 30-second timeout just to get these new substitutes into the game. It'll be a full hockey line change here for both sides, and so with the white flag being flown for the Sailors, Vermilion, they are done for the night. Firelands, they're going to leave with the Stillman Cup here on the basketball floor once again.
Yeah, the Firelands Falcons getting it done here in hostile territory this year. And Kurt Habermill just, like you said, content to say, hey, let's get some fresh bodies in there. And, you know, hey, these guys are going to have to get this competition, that sense of it. So next year when they have a chance to maybe do something about it, they know how it feels, you know, to be able to contribute this one. You got Coach Colahan's son out there, Trey Colahan. You know, he played well in that JV contest. He's going to come out there, and that's a nothing game for him right now. He's looking at that as, this is my chance to play some varsity action.
So for Vermilion, next on the schedule for them, they got Garrett Morgan, and then a opponent to be determined on the other side of that. Margaretta, Huron, Edison, so things, and then Brookside after, so things don't necessarily get easier, I don't think, if you're Vermilion, as Firelands able to break the pressure here. A bunch of new guys into the ballgame. We'll get you some names as quickly as we can, as missing that shot inside was Roman DiFilippo. A rebound secured here for Vermilion. Coming the other way is Micah Smith with it. He throws it away. DiFilippo handles it, and then had it poked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Firelands. For Firelands, next up on their schedule, this will just be win number 3 on the year for them, so you know they're excited about that. Tough sled for them, though, afterwards as well. You got Twinsburg and Brookside both at home. You go to Clearview. You go to Oberlin. Really diving into the bulk of Lorain County League play with that. They got Edison and Columbia on the horizon, so both sides certainly with some tough competition looming ahead, as that's Gabe DiFilippo inside for 2 for Firelands. 72-46 our score, $1:45 left to play in the game. High arching 3 ball here for the Sailors, as that one's no good. Trent Garcia missing that one. As this is Batu Aksoy inside, but losing that basketball, and now a transition foul goes against the Sailors. That'll be Micah Smith who picks it up, I believe. No, rather it was Garcia, as he sent DiFilippo sprawling to the floor. So just 96 seconds left of action here at Vermilion. We'll see if we can catch up with Colin Myers post-game. See if he's kind enough to share a visit to the table with us. Usually pretty accommodating, Colin Myers, so I have a feeling he'll be able to stop by, but we'll see.
He was at 9:40 this morning when we needed him.
There you go.
He was in the gym, too.
Can I get you 8:40 at night as
Here's
well? How
what's
about
going
that?
on, 11 hours difference, okay.
Ball back to Vermilion here.
Tell you what, he's wise beyond the years in terms of his coaching career. Again, not a guy that's very far removed from playing in this matchup.
Yeah, I see why so many in that Firelands community were excited for him. I remember when they hired him, and you guys were kind of giving me the spiel on him as a player. He played before I got to WEOL, but you guys were very adamant at the fact that he was a tremendous basketball player in his playing days at Firelands, and that has certainly transitioned well to the coaching box over there for him as well, no question about that. It's been a tough year so far in terms of just, straight up results. A lot of that with injury and illness throughout the roster, but hey, I've come to play tonight, no question about that. And there's another bucket inside. Gabe DiFilippo, the sophomore, laying it in for two. And now a steal in the backcourt. Janisic causing some one-man havoc, but then traveled with it, and the ball will go back to Vermilion. Colin Myers, you can see, telling his youngsters, hey, we're up 28 here. I don't think you guys need to apply the full court pressure anymore, and these guys will oblige. High school athletes, though, Jared, I tell you what, sometimes they just want to go, 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 and it can be hard to kind of turn that engine off as a coach, but Colin Myers, as you said, kind of wise beyond his years, was right on it. Noah Pettin in the corner with it. Pettin looking to get inside. Garcia with it now. Garcia inside, high off the glass. He got it. Trenton Garcia, his first bucket of the night here on the varsity level, I should say. And so with 14 seconds left to go, both sides will call things off, and that'll do it. Firelands has come into Vermilion and knocked off the Sailors. 74-48 the final. What a performance from the second quarter on for head coach Colin Myers and his Firelands Falcons. You can see there, just ecstatic about it over there. 74-48 the final once again. Firelands, big time win. Win number 3 for them on the year, but this one means so much more than just one win in that win column, no question. All right, we'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back with our post-game show. Like I said, we'll try to catch up with Firelands head coach Colin Myers, get his prognosis on how the rest of this contest went. Certainly went his guys' way, no question about that, so I'll be excited to try to talk with him about that. But again, a final here at Vermilion. Firelands knocks off the Sailors 74-48. We'll be right back with more after this timeout.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Well, there we are, folks. Rockadoosha here. Jared Kozar to my right. Dave Rydell, cameraman extraordinaire behind the camera tonight. Another fantastic effort from everybody here. And a fantastic second half for the Firelands Falcons, I'll tell you that much. They roll to a 74-48 win over Vermilion here in enemy territory, if you're a Firelands fan. And just a monster second half effort from his guys. Really, it got started midway point of that second quarter. And never really looking back from there were the Firelands Falcons. It really was that third quarter. Again, it was 27-25 at the half. Firelands had taken control of the game and taken a 2-point lead. Obviously, though, 2-point game, you're not out of it if you're Vermilion. You just kind of had some things go against you in that second quarter, but Firelands outscoring Vermilion 28-15 in the third. They then outscore Vermilion 18-8 in the fourth. So all in all, in that second half, a 46-23 edge for Firelands over Vermilion, and that'll be pretty much the big key to victory right there when you're able to establish yourself in the second half like that. Looking at some of the individual scoring numbers here, we'll start with Firelands. How about a 22-point effort from Lucas Green? He had 9 in the first half, 13 in that second half. Really a nice night for him, no question about that. Aiden Fortner had just 4 at the half, then pops off for 14 in the second half, so he ends up with 18 points in the contest. So you get 40 points between the pair of Lucas Green and Aiden Fortner. That'll certainly play on a night like tonight. Logan Holt had 7, Carson Lima had 6, Carter Jones had 5, and then off the bench, 8 points for Firelands here. Brett Bury with 4, and then Liam Tobakash and Mikey Janisic with 2 apiece. You also had a couple of JV players at the end get some buckets there for Firelands. For Vermilion, a balanced scoring attack, but again, not enough tonight to combat what Firelands brought offensively. Drake Hooks led the way with 10, all coming in that third quarter. Brock Myers had 9. Again, he averages 16 a game, so really I think that's the key right there for Firelands defensively tonight. They kind of schemed Brock Myers out of the game. He had 6 points from Jeremiah Lopez off the bench, 5 from Adam Gerber, 2 from Noah Penton, 2 from Nate Pinkerton, and then 2 each from Luke Habermill and Luke Richardson. So really, again, Jared, I go back to where this game turned. I think it was the later stages of that second quarter, and that just sort of carried into the second half tonight for Firelands. They got the momentum and then never really decided to give it back.
Boy, that was a turning point. You're correct. And there was, as you mentioned, that 8-minute spans in the second quarter, and then start the third, that just the avalanche happened for Firelands. And give them credit. They did everything right. They played well as a team. They didn't make too many mistakes out there. And, they really turned this game around in terms of the storyline that was going on. And, it wasn't a grind or a rock fight at that point. It really turned into some pretty good transition basketball for the Falcons. They were able to put a lead out there that just you were never going to recover from Vermilion, facing some of the struggles they did tonight.
Yeah, no question about that. I like the analysis there, my friend. I think that pretty much sums up things well. So how do we want to play this? Looks like Colin is starting to head to the locker room with his guys potentially, so we'll let that happen. And maybe afterwards, once they emerge, we'll try to get them for quick post-conversation chat. Are you good with team stats and some scores over there, my friend?
We can come up with that. Sure, exactly. For the Vermilion Sailors, fall tonight, 74-48. They were 16 of 42 from the field, just under 40% shooting-wise. Not enough attempts really coming around their way in that second half to be that effective. 8 of 18 at the line. That's a number that Kurt Habermill's not going to like. There's a lot of things he's probably going to maybe even just not worry about the tape on this one when they're done. 25 rebounds. 16 turnovers in the contest, 11 of those coming in the second half when it was all Firelands, and they were able to seal the victory away. For the Firelands Falcons, they were 29 of 63 from the field, so a pretty active night, nearly 50% on the contest from the field, 9 of 13 at the line, 70% there, 35 rebounds, just 5 turnovers for the ball game. They played really, really well, especially in that second half, taking care of the basketball. A big stat that they improved on from the first half, Rocco, 5 of 8 from downtown. Remember, they were just 2 of 11 in the first half, and able to fuel that explosion when we talked about the third quarter and just kind of the lid coming off of that bucket when they went 5 of 8 from downtown. So that to me told the story as well. Played good defense, capitalized when they needed to, and hit big shots in that second half.
What do they say, Jared? Stats don't lie, and I think a lot of those numbers in there very indicative of, obviously some of the positives for Firelands and then a lot of those big negatives for Vermilion. And again, I think a number of those stats, the three-point shooting you mentioned, the free throw woes, the turnover, it all really compiled and helped doom the Sailors here tonight. But again, credit Firelands. You got to go out and earn some of those, the stats that don't show up, the 50-50 balls, the hustle plays, I guess offensive rebounds do. But a lot of those intangibles that don't show up in the box score, I think Firelands kind of won the advantage there tonight as well.
I would agree with that. And like I said, just came in with a nice game plan, and I think you're seeing Firelands maybe not the complete picture of what they're going to be, but getting healthier at the right times. It's kind of the conversation we had with Colin Myers earlier today, and certainly longtime assistant Ed Dolinar earlier this evening, that better things are ahead for them in terms of the way their roster is going to fill out.
Absolutely. So while we await Colin and his Falcons to emerge from the locker room, we got some scores from around the area for us, my friend.
Again, earlier today, girls basketball, it was EC knocking off Perkins 62-31. Girls game, it was a girls-boys doubleheader over at Open Door. Open Door got the better of Brookside on the girls stanza, 57-56. Avon knocks off Max Hayes in boys hoops earlier this afternoon, 69-22. It was Massillon over Elyria, 108-83. That won the Shot Clock Classic. And, tough sledding for the Pioneers over at the Fieldhouse in Canton, 108-83. Those were the finals that I had so far. Still tracking the outcome of Avon Lake and Lorraine. And the boys matchup from Brookside and Open Door. See if we get a final on that one. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
All righty. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate your hard work on the team stats and the scores there. So, tell you what, Dave Rydell, he looks like
we have that one, 78-54 of the final. It was Brookside emerging victorious over Open Door in that one by a score of 78-54. And Avon Lake gets the better of Lorraine, a final score of 59-56. So, tough campaign for the Titans so far over in Lorraine right now. But Avon Lake gets one in the left-hand column, 59-56.
Yeah, big win for first-year head coach TJ Kwasniak, the new man over there at Avon Lake. All right, so Colin should be hopefully emerging from the locker room here soon. Maybe I'll pop over there as we step aside, take a quick timeout. When we return, again, we will hope to catch up with victorious Firelands head basketball coach Colin Myers, get his thoughts from this one. If not, we'll say our thank yous and goodbyes one more time and get on out of here. Again, a final here tonight. Firelands, a big-time winner over Vermilion, 74-48. More of the post-game show coming up after this.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College. Your goals,
At Nick
your
Abraham
career,
Elyria Ford, we make it
your
that
future.
easy.
This
Enroll
month, get
today.
0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain County has a story every day. Make sure you don't miss it. From breaking news in high school sports to schools, business, and community events, the Chronicle has it all. Stay connected to your neighbors and your home team with coverage that matters most to you. Don't just hear about Lorain County, know Lorain County. Subscribe today at chroniclet.com/subscribe and get the news that keeps you in the know. The Chronicle Telegram, Lorain County's largest newspaper.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Back here at Vermilion. Oh, sorry, Dave. I always forget I change your shot when I decide to stand up. The leg, the lower back only can take so much sitting in the chair, That's how it goes. So Colin Myers, he has emerged from the locker room talking with some other media down the hall, down the stairs here to our left, so we will patiently await his arrival here on the post-game show. Again, though, a winner for Firelands here on the road at Vermilion. They knock off the Sailors 74-48, and certainly a number of things that I'd love to ask Coach Myers about from this one here tonight. His guys came to play. They've been shorthanded throughout much of the season, a lot of that having to do with injuries and illness throughout the roster and program and everything like that, but really a nice effort here tonight for him and his guys, no question about that. As again, we will patiently await his arrival here. Big thanks to everybody involved with having us out here tonight. Obviously, Athletic Director Andy Stillman, losers in the Stillman Cup, but still winners in our hearts, no question about that. We always appreciate him having us out here for Vermilion. They give us a good spot right here, huh? They get the table out here. They roll the chairs out for us. They let us invade the AD office for extra chairs if need be. So it's always a fun time here at Vermilion. But again, the Falcons having all the laughs and smiles here post-game. They'll take that Stillman Cup on home with them. And, of course, big thanks to the other Stillman involved with that, Ty Stillman, for getting me rosters and everything and all that good stuff. Here he is hustling up the stairs. And so we'll pass the headset on over to him. And I'll have you step over to my right if that's cool, Coach. There you go. All right. So here is head coach Colin Myers. Everything sound all right in the headset there for you?
Yep.
All right. So first and foremost, congratulations on the win, sir.
Thank you.
Tremendous effort from you and your guys. And I heard the first question posed to you down the stairs there, so I'll kind of start with the same thing. It was a 2-point game at the half, 27-25. And if I have it right, a 28-15 third quarter run you guys use to really kind of seize control of tonight's ball game. And you guys never really looked back from there. Really, I think that momentum for you guys started later stages of that second quarter. What really changed kind of the way things were going tonight? Because I thought Vermilion early sort of had control. They weren't up big or anything, but it felt like they had the momentum. You guys took it and never looked back.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with our first quarter defensively. Giving up 17 points in the first quarter, it's too many for us. But the fact that we were able to score 17, that was our highest scoring quarter going into the game. And again, we got in foul trouble early, so we really had 3 kids we couldn't play in the whole second quarter. So going into halftime, I told them, I said, that was a great half. With the foul trouble we were in, able to weather their storms, everybody was going to come out and play in the third quarter. And again, the energy was unreal. Every kid was, doing their job and doing their role, and that's what we preached to them. And they just fed off each other.
I want to circle back to the energy, but you mentioned the foul trouble in that first half, and Jared and I said it at the intermission. Aiden Fortner, he had just 4 points heading into the halftime locker room. I know probably certainly below what he would normally have heading into the halftime break, but he explodes in that third quarter. He caps it off with the banked-in 3 that I know you guys were all fired up there about over on the bench. It felt like he got himself going, and that helped get everybody else going as well, along with Lucas Green. Monster night from him as well.
Yeah, we feed off Aiden. He's obviously our leading scorer, and, for a reason. He's big, he's physical, and, he can shoot, he can finish around the rim. And we challenge him at halftime, too. Like, listen, you got to get going. This team's going to feed off you and your offense. Because once he gets going, team's got to double him, they got to collapse, and it opens it up. And everybody else, did their job. Like I said, we were knocking shots down. Lucas Green, give a ton of credit to that kid. He's worked his butt off after tearing his Achilles in the spring. So he hasn't played basketball too long since, coming back. So he's starting to find his stride. And even Carter Jones there down the stretch, he scored some points for us there at the end. Again, just to keep the momentum going.
Well, Lucas might become a personal favorite of mine that I didn't realize he had that surgery. I've had that same surgery, and I know how much that stinks to have to do and then try to come back from. So props to him for sure. You mentioned the energy, right? Another thing Jared and I said, a lot of those numbers that don't show up in the box score, the 50-50 balls, the hustle plays, offensive rebounds, I guess, do go in that box score. But it really felt like all that stuff started to go your guys' way as well throughout tonight.
Yeah, we battle every single day at practice, and that's been one of the kind of downside so far to the season. Was we felt like we practice harder sometimes than we play in the games and are more physical at practice and in a game. But tonight, all the kids, they were physical, and winning the glass is one of the keys for us. And we've been able to do that. And every time we win on the glass, it's going to put us in a position to win the game, and it helped us tonight. 2
more quick ones before I let you go. Again, Colin Myers here, head coach for the victorious Firelands Falcons. His guys win it 74-48 tonight. Their leading scorer, Brock Myers, at 16 points per game, just 9 for him tonight. Really feels like you guys kind of schemed things up well against him defensively.
Yeah, he's a good player, but we kind of hang our hat on defense, and we take pride in holding kids under their average, and that's exactly what happened tonight. Again, they have a lot of good players. It's a good program Kurt runs. they're going to bounce back, and they're going to win a lot of games.
So, you know, we ask you pretty much about this every time you guys link up. Now, you've been a part of this rivalry as a player, now as the head coach. Obviously, we love high school atmospheres like this on a Saturday night. It's what makes this such a special thing to be a part of from a coach, player, broadcaster perspective. What does this mean to you and your guys to come in here in hostile territory and walk away with a pretty dominant victory in the Stillman Cup?
It's huge. I mean, we've been pretty beat up this year, missing a lot of starters early in the season, and so the kids are starting to get used to playing with each other again. So this was actually the second game back where we actually had our 5 starters together, and they're just building on it. We're building momentum, and that's exactly what we want in this 3-game non-conference stretch, going back into conference play.
I'm sure they'll be all smiles about this one, at least for tonight. But like you said, still a lot of business to attend to later on this year. Thick of conference play coming up next. So, Coach, appreciate you stopping by here on the post-game show. Huge congratulations to you and your guys. Go enjoy this one. Appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate it. Yep.
You got it. That's head coach Colin Myers of the Firelands Falcons. His guys win it tonight 74-48, and they will leave here with another Stillman Cup. Huge, huge win for Colin Myers and his Falcons, no question about that. So that'll pretty much do it for us here at Vermilion. Again, really appreciate everybody involved. Andy Stillman here at Vermilion for having us, both coaches, Kurt Habermill and, of course, Colin Myers there for Vermilion and Firelands, respectively. And just really appreciate the hospitality all around here tonight. Also want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, as we wouldn't be able to do this without them. They are Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. The Lorain Medina Rural Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner. And by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Big thanks to Dave Rydell and Jared Kozar as well. And for them and everybody here at Vermilion, I'm Rock Canucci saying one more time your final score tonight. Firelands winners on the road. They'll take the Stillman Cup home with them. 74-48, the Falcons roll over Vermilion. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We appreciate the love and support. Late Merry Christmas. Happy early New Year to you. And we'll see you guys next week with some more high school basketball action here on WEOL.com.